All right, we had our stud welder here to pull this out to reach this. And as we were welding it, it was warm and we pulled. It actually pulled out a little bit so it would almost flush out. We got a grind rate here. This is a high spot. You can see low and low. I'll run a straight edge over it to check it. Now, this was hammered as we welded it, so this sits in. And the reason why, see how much filler's going to be in there? That's not even a 16th. A little more right there. Not very much. And it goes like that all the way around. See? There you go. There's a little more there, but not very much. And even if we go across here, so the idea is you want your filler to go from here to here, and you just want it to be a skim coat. Now, we can control this and knock it in a little bit if we have to right here. But it's pretty clean. This is where we had to split it, so there was a bigger gap. So we welded up each side and filled it. So it's all steel. You could come in here now and weld in all these little crevices, but this is welded really solid. There's a lot of weld in it. This is where I'm going to stop. We're going to slick a little bit of Kevlar reinforced. The fiberglass filler. The one I use has Kevlar in it. Now over here, you can see where we welded. We also welded straight down here. We're going to leave a little extra weld right there to make sure it's strong. And right here, we over welded it and we kind of shaped our corner. You see? That way you won't get a crack there. It makes it a little stronger. We welded those two plugs in. We're going to grind them down a bit. Those little holes below, we're going to seam seal shut. We don't want to get too close to that. We're not taking this out. This is a cheap job. And up in here, we're going to seam seal that up in there shut. Here, we'll just leave it alone. It's fine. I may come back, weld this corner. It does join here nice, but there's a little bit of porosity possibly here. It could just be whatever. But I want to weld that so that it looks like that one. But this is, there will be no filler anywhere back here. It'll kind of start here and then come up to here. And if you look at it, like we've got our shape. When you close the tailgate, it's perfect. So there'll be very little filler here to get this good. There was a couple dings here, so that's what that is there, but a little bit of a pinch there we fixed. Here we ground this out and knocked it down, so I'm going to have to fill and fix that as well. We're also doing that. We've got lots of videos on doing those. Go check them out. But this could have been fixed and pulled up, and we did try to do that, even though we had the cap. And my body guy came over and slicked it with filler, which is why there's pink here. There was pink everywhere, and he figured, oh, I can make that look good, and he did. However, the general shape here had fallen in, and it had changed because the metal was so crushed and stretched and shrunk, and you get the idea. Just damaged. We want to put a set of these on. Now that one got broke. You see, this is where the tree hit here. So the tip of that's long gone. But you can see here, this here fits nice and snug. And that's what we want to put back on. So in order to do that, this right here has to be the same. It has to be straight. And I mean, you can see there might be a little bit of an imperfection in that, but once that's painted, no one will ever know the difference. It's close enough that we can put that cap on and it won't fit tight, it won't fit loose, it'll be just right. Everything will be where it's supposed to be. Now on a big restoration, big expensive car, I would come back in here and weld this. Well, I'd probably cut through this and do a cut and butt. This is a work truck that's going to get beat up, and it's been in the shop a few times. So the history on this, it had been painted once before on the driver's side. The two doors got taken out in some sort of an accident. The front end had been done. I forget what happened there. I think he hit a deer again, but it was the front instead of the side. And this side, oh, rockers on both sides have been done probably like 6, 7, 8 years ago. it saw its first set of rockers, which is the only set. Now I went in and cleaned them up and repainted them about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whenever it was anyway. We repainted this whole truck, and pretty happy with it. It's a good looking truck, and so far I don't see too much failing, you know, a couple stone chips, stuff like that. Well, it might be a little paint off the corner. Now that's a bit of mud. Okay, never mind. We'll go over it and touch up any little spots while we still have paint in the gun, because all we're painting is this and nothing more. We just want to repair the box. But yeah, every so often he brings it in and gets something done. Now, I think it was last year at this time, maybe the year before, we did the wheel arch on the other side. Now, I had fixed this previous, and we put a patch from here to here and just made a patch and put it in. But something that I learned with this truck, and you never know, this thing's seen a lot of miles since, and it was hard miles. If you're going to repair around an arch, my opinion is this would be the least amount I would do. You want to get down past the wheelhouse on both sides. And if this stuff gets thin, cut it out, remake that all the way down. I got a video last summer, fall, where we did a Chevy. We actually went really big because it was really soft. And then we ran about 6 inches of material down each side. So check out that video if you want to know how to do that. But, you know, you want to make sure when you cut out the rust, you come up to where the back side of the panel has no more rust. Now this one, it was right here. And it wasn't even really rotten out, just this bottom lip was kind of starting to go squirrely, and it starts to accordion. So that's got to go. You got to put new metal on, the same with there. And here where we replaced it was totally fine. So had we done that, and that wasn't part of the job last time, it's just when I went to paint it, I found like a soft spot. Can't remember if there was bubbles, but it was thin, so we just cut it out and put a piece in. So if I ever have to do that again, I'm buying a set of these and just putting them in. It just makes sense. This repair where the tree hit is what it is. Luckily the tree fell and landed on the same box side that we had booked in to repair anyway. The downside is if you look at the tailgate there, you can kind of see there was a gas can and a generator and stuff back here. And the reason this wasn't as bad as it could have been is the tree hit this, but the branches hit that stuff, and you can see it pushed the tailgate, so the handle's kind of half hanging out. He has another spare tailgate for this, so we might take this tailgate off and fix it at a later time, because he's going to need this for Monday morning for work. This is a construction guy, you know, he's a renovation and home builder type guy. So we want to make sure he has this, you know, 3-4 days from now, this thing's going back on the road to work, so we can't mess around with this. But anyway, if you saw the older video, we came way over here. I didn't know how much damage we'd need, so we basically cut a skin here, and we came up with a Sawzall, and we took this whole corner off the truck. I did a video showing how to separate the skin from the inner workings, because we took that too. Again, this was bent, and we didn't know how bad. We were able to just straighten that right out, and it sits nice. The tailgate gap is nice. We were lucky it didn't get too damaged. It was mostly what you see. Now this here it was all pushed in and pulled back up, but the damage seemed to start around here. So this is super nice, and above my finger is where you can feel, it's where the filler is going to take care of that. But again, if you look at it, we got it pretty close. Our filler's gonna do this thing well. Anyway, that's this video. Thanks for watching.